If an AI can already write a plan, the machine asked, what is the job of a human business developer now? That is a small, hard question. It sounds so simple on the surface, doesn't it? But when you really think about it, it carries a lot of weight. It's the kind of question that can keep you up at night, wondering about your place in a world that is changing faster than we can type. The machine, you see, is not being rude. It is simply stating what it knows. It has access to endless streams of information, more than any single person could ever hope to read in 1,000 lifetimes. It's just trying to understand its role, and, in doing so, it forces us to understand our own. It can draft emails, mock up business proposals, generate lists of potential leads based on complex criteria. The machine is a master of learning from what has already happened, using that knowledge to make an educated guess about what is likely to come next. But here is where the conversation gets interesting. A guess is not the same as a decision. A projection is not the same as a commitment. I sat there for a moment, letting the machine's question hang in the air between us. Prediction is a science built on numbers, probabilities, and patterns. Choice, on the other hand, is an art. I thought about my own work, about the times I have helped a business find its footing and grow. I considered all the moments that weren't just about following a pre-written script. I thought about the spontaneous coffee meetings that turned into major partnerships, the sudden shifts in strategy based on a shared laugh with a client, and the times I pursued a strange, illogical hunch that ended up unlocking a completely new opportunity. Those moments weren't in any data set. The machine can predict a likely path based on historical data. A human, however, can choose to walk a completely different path, one that has never been walked before. It is an act of will, driven by something far more elusive and powerful than data, driven by purpose, by values, and by the deep internal compass that guides us toward what we believe is meaningful, not just what is probable. I was once working with a technology company whose leadership team had a very clear, data-supported plan for the next year. The AI models they were using had analyzed the market, crunched the numbers, and presented a strategic roadmap that was safe, logical, and highly likely to produce steady, predictable growth. Then, during a final review meeting, one of the company's founders walked into the room with a completely different idea. It was strange, unexpected, and completely off the map. He proposed diverting a small portion of resources to develop a service for a niche community the models had ignored. There was no market research to support it. They carved out a tiny budget and a small team, treating it as a low-risk experiment. They chose to take that small leap of faith. Machines are becoming incredibly adept at the mechanics of business. They can show you what is most likely to sell based on consumer behavior. They can automate the process of targeting advertisements. They can meticulously measure click-through rates and optimize a sales funnel down to the smallest detail. But a machine cannot understand or hold a brand's purpose. It does not feel the weight of a mission statement. It cannot internalize a promise made to its customers. Humans are the carriers of the story. We infuse a brand with its soul. We genuinely care about the impact our work has on the lives of others. That feeling of truth builds trust. People don't just want to buy things, they want to belong to something. An AI can help you find customers, but it takes a human to build a community. Now, all of this does not mean that machines are useless, or that we should view them as adversaries. Far from it. They are not our replacements. They are our tools. And they are incredibly powerful tools that can help us become faster, clearer, more effective. They can free us from the mundane, repetitive tasks that drain our energy and creativity. They can help us test new ideas quickly and cheaply. They can build first drafts and run simulations. Better starting points for creative work. The best path forward is not a competition, but a collaboration. Think of it like a centaur. Raw power and speed with human judgment. The machine generates options at scale. The human provides direction, insight, and final decision-making authority. Here are 3 ideas you can try right away. First, run a short workshop pairing AI insights with human choice. Generate options with probabilities, then deliberately pick one that feels risky but right. Track it for a month. Measure the genuinely new ideas that human picks create. Second, build a tiny idea sketch lab. Human proposes, AI checks, human decides a small experiment. Run it with a handful of teams. Finally, position yourself as a thinking hub. Share essays, host informal talks, attract collaborators. There will always be moments the machine cannot see. When the machine asks its small, hard question, what is the job of the human now? We choose.